I nearly forgot to press record, but here we are. There's only a few. This is the recap of what I did. The funeral of Perlan's Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. Afraid! So, what do you say? Wanna tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Can you hear the sweet whispers of new growth? Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grabs for Bertie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snag her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Oh, Speedy, my hero! You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there is the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Oh my god, what do we do? Stella, keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble. Welcome home. My grandfather used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. From the relative safety of your cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe, and you're warm. Tuesday morning awaits. Wake up. Oh, what a sound. You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You are still alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Note, you can refresh yourself on the events of previous days by using the journal icon in the quick menu. This one. Check on Dustin. You open the drawers to check in on Dustin. Oh good, he's still here. Human is back! Good morning, Dustin. How are you today? Dustin, feel good. Had productive night. I see you have bread now. Yes, Dustin found a bread. Dustin also ate a book last night. Good night for Dustin. Have you met Frou Frou? Monster! Can I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night?
Human can always talk to Dustin. What happened?
The woods are full of big, scary monsters.
Dustin understand. World is full of big scaries. When Dustin gets scared, Dustin pretend to be dead. Good advice for a human, maybe.
It was nice to catch up, Dustin. I'll leave you be.
Okay.
I love Dustin. I love him. That is so good. You gently close the drawer. Poke around the closet. Great. The doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a consolation. Get to your room. Look at the window. You creep toward... What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Hello? You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Leave the window. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you've finished waking up. Get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Frou-Frou eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Gretchen sends her regards. Ce Cerber vit toujours. That creature has not yet returned to whatever pit of hell it crawled from. Maybe I should just make this cat French completely. Merde. Truly ours is not a kind god. Do you know anything about ditchlings? Even if I did, why would I ever tell you anything? And for the record, no, I don't. Now stop bothering me. Hey. Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day, and you've already had a run-in with the cops? Did they say anything about Duke? Did they find the body? Body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently you never went home last night. They had quite a few questions about you, Speedy. Before you ask, don't worry, I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. Cops don't matter. Something is coming for this town and I need people to start listening to me. No, I barely know anything. You seem unfazed by this. A man's dead, Tabitha. Some old farmer disappeared after going hunting in the middle of the woods at night. So what? Something like that was bound to happen eventually, and frankly, you're lucky it didn't happen to you. Just make sure nothing like this happens again for the rest of the week, alright? You were chased through the woods by monsters and you're worried about cops? Yeah, I'm worried about the cops. I'm busy and I don't like talking to them. What is up with you and Stella? We just have a history, that's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. Is there anything I can do to help out? You can stay out of trouble while I do my job. Oh, and I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints, just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions. Oh, it seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, no? The cat chuckles mockingly. Time to start your day. Oh, that's an interesting one. No, I think I should get to town and talk with her. We were in this together. That's just how it goes. Make a PB&J first. You quickly scrape together the ingredients and gobble up a delicious breakfast. And that's that. I do want to investigate the garden. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It was probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Investigate further. You wander farther into the garden, trying to pinpoint a spot where that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Take it all in. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably airy. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect, its glass clouded and cracked, statues reaching out from within seas of weeds, as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates at the very peak of the mountain sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the Scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. Check the ground for clues. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the spectre from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it comes in handy later. With that, you head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. Head to town. Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside, back to the mountain path that leads to town. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. Continue down the path. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like a beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Almost back to town. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you, no scary man blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed, as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Speedy! We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend and, well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. I'll tell him the truth. You tell Avery everything that happened last night. I have no idea what those things were, but they killed Duke and... Whoa, slow down. Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Bo? Yes, he's taking it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check in on him today, the poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Speedy. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on the bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Speedy. See ya, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I have nothing to hide. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. We both know that there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play. I trust that you, Stella, and Kanika have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Speedy, and God bless. And with that, you are alone on Main Street. What to do with the rest of your morning? Swing by the diner. You head towards the diner. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. No. Talk to Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. What are you staring at? Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this. And don't worry about paying for it. The funeral has you worried plenty already, I'd bet. And the answer to 29 down is oink. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, pen? Like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to do to fill the time. Or maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to a receipt behind the counter. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to really get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. The man in the far back corner clears his throat as you bring the cup to your mouth. Don't mind Julius. I don't think he drinks anything other than coffee. You take a gentle sip of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. Color me impressed. Not a lot of folks take to chaga so quickly. Tell Avery about last night. You share everything, glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods. I've never heard of anything like that around here. I mean, I know I haven't been around that long, but I feel like that's the kind of thing people would talk about. How exciting. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going out to the woods to look for someone. It must have been Doug. He seemed so disconnected from it. I figured it couldn't be very serious, but wow. Bastard was probably out drinking with a shotgun again. Julius, didn't anybody ever teach you not to speak ill of the dead? They seemed weirdly suspicious of me, even after showing them Stella's footage. I don't think you have to worry about what they think of you. The cops come in here most days, so I feel like I know them pretty well by now. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. It's not like much happens up here, just a bar fight every now and then, or somebody cooking meth in the woods. But if they can't fix it right away by just arresting somebody, they lose interest very fast. They have coffee to drink and gossip to spread. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything. Let me know if you hear anything. Any leads might be helpful. Oh, definitely. You'll be the first to hear about it. My coffee's out. My coffee's out. Oh no, and you've only had 5 cups today. How are you going to survive? Kidding, I'll just be a second, Julius. Well, Speedy, it looks like I'd better get back to it. Hope you're feeling a little better. Maybe the Chagas had a chance to start working its magic. Oh, but before I go, I'm throwing a party this weekend. Nothing fancy, just a little get-together. Avery grabs a napkin, pulling out a pen and quickly scribbling something on the thin paper before handing it to you. That's my place. Come by any time after 6 on Saturday. It's almost Halloween and it didn't seem like anybody else was gonna throw one, so I stepped up to the plate. Though if you didn't come prepared with a costume, don't worry. I'm sure I can convince the bouncer to let you in anyway. Avery slips out the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. I've seen a few of them things up near my place, you know. Bullets do 'em just fine. The man hides behind his newspaper, clearly uninterested in saying another word. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Sure. This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. No. No. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you or... He sighs. I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. I'm paying for my chips. I insist. I'm not ringing you up. Take him or leave him. I'm good. Thanks. Have it your way. Do you know how to get to the mines? Maps are free. Take a map of the town. The mines are a couple of miles away, but you now have the power to visit your cousin of your own free will. Yeah, you're done here. Return and leave the general store. Hey, just browsing. No, I don't think I will do that. Head to the library. Hey. You enter the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey! Settle in at Stella's table. Fancy seeing you here. We're trying to research the creatures we ran into last night if you want to join.
Welcome back to our little team, Speedy. Did you send my regards to that foul feline?
Don't worry, Gretchen. I told Frou all about our little adventure last night.
Wonderful. I hope she stews on that for a long, long time.
Did you just try and talk to Gretchen about Tabitha's cat? It's not the first time. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you can actually talk to animals. One paranormal mystery at a time, please. Morning, Speedy. You look tired.
My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Speedy.
Did you know I'm not? It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. Yeah, it was.
With all of those dreadful creatures in every nook and corner, it is a wonder you got even a wink.
I can't say I got a wink myself. Yeah, same. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Before you dig in, you remember the boot print you found in the garden? You show your photo to Stella and Kanika. Hey, before we dig in, I found something in the garden this morning. You hold up your phone and show Kanika and Stella the photo you took in the garden. These prints were in the bushes with a clear line of sight to my window. Dang, that's creepy. Are you okay? What is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. I don't know if there's a connection here, but it felt worth bringing up. Do you think it could be that creep we saw outside of the general store last night? He knew your name and those footprints match up with the mining getup. Whoa, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? You're not talking about Wayne, are you? That guy keeps coming to my mom's tea room. I think there's something really wrong with him. Yeah, we are. I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore, and this photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If whoever left those prints is sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered? Hey there, strangers, and literal stranger. Hey, I'm Speedy, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she lived. But the Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian, and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built his library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts. And I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know, the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot, and it's practically a magnet for young people. Even honor students aren't free from its call. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really hell of a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the woods. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? Apparently seeing one's supposed to mean a disaster is around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Or should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gotta go and grab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal.
Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs?
Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on in these woods. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. I don't want to be like alarmist or panicky. This seems like I want... Yeah, no. Whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. I don't think it's safe. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. We'll make sure to keep your eyes peeled. Keep our eyes peeled. Speedy, if you see a 30-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Sela sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. Alright. This is gonna be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our books. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Wait, is that Madoka Magica? It is. It is Madoka Magica. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by a short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy. Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade a coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet estate that was, until 1885, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. It doesn't look quite as expensive stone buildings and bustling main streets nowadays. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, while nothing's changed since, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Oh, we get to do everything, right, of course. Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin, built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas, his wife, married Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, He had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. I guess Appalachian folk monsters. A few entries catch your eye. Wampus cat, she was talking about that earlier. A large cat-like creature with a loud, howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying out in pain. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of a village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness, and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Tommyknockers, enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures, primarily known for causing mischief. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to be still inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. And then the Tailipo, a small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with this hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shut off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook his soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the cupboard where he'd been. And in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my Tailipo." A high, not high, I guess, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away!" he screamed at the thing, but it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hard wood, accompanying its movements.
"I want my Tailipo,"
the creature growled again.
"I'll get my dog after you,"
the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen.
"I want my Tailipo."
Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning all that remained of the hunter, his dog and his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. "You're done here?" He closed the book and put it back. "I think I'm all done. Let's check in." Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history of those. What about y'all? Find anything? Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Almost on instinct, Stella slams her book shut. Aw, hey Pixel. You might want to close your book. He'll have to rip up any paper he can find.
Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been?
Hungry. Sally, bring the good stuff. Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Oh yeah, snack time. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Do I ask him about something that he may... Sure, why not? Hey Pixel, what do you think about the monster we saw in the woods? I figured. I'm an indoor cat. I know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted. What? Wait, your house is haunted? What? Hey, how'd you know? What? I don't know, I just got that vibe. We've, been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Way more it's been great. Way more snacks. Way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches. Hold on, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises? Objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places? Oh, Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that. Nothing like that, sorry. The floor in Rosalina's bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. Wait, you've seen a full-body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, how many times have you gone on ghost hunts and been tricked by shadows? You know what it's going to be. But what if it's an actual ghost? I believe him. I can practically feel the haunting as we speak. Well, we do live in the annex behind the building. Y'all are more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky floorboards. Why do you let it... No. I mean, it's not letting, he just decides. That's cats. Leave Pixel be. You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Alright, better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Oh, and I think I'm gonna save here. And get going. Boom. Alright.